Chapter 10. Oliver stayed at Mr. Brownlow's house. A bed was quickly prepared for Oliver, and he was carefully and comfortably laid in it. He 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 was looked after with a kindness that he had never before experienced. But for many days Oliver remained unaware of all the goodness of his new friends. He lay in his bed, burning from the heat of fever. When at last he awoke from what seemed to have been a long and troubled dream, he was weak, thin, and pale. Raising himself in the bed with his head resting on his trembling arm, he looked anxiously around. What room is this? Where have I been? Where have I been? Where have I been brought? Said Oliver. A motherly old lady who had been sitting at his bedside rose as she heard these words and said to him softly, My dear, you must be very quiet or you will be ill again. Lay down again. There is a dear. Oliver obeyed partly to please the old lady who was so kind to him and partly because he was still very weak. He soon fell into a gentle sleep from which he was awoken by the light of candle to see a doctor measure his heartbeat and hear him say that he was a great deal better. The doctor told Mrs. Bedwin, the kind old lady, to give the child a little tea and some dry bread, and not keep him too warm or too cold. Then he went away. Oliver fell asleep again. When he woke, it had been a bright day for hours, and he felt cheerful and happy. The most dangerous part of the disease had passed. He was going to live. In 3 days' time he was able to sit in a soft chair, and as he was still too weak to walk, Mrs. Bedwin had him carried downstairs to her room, where she sat by him by the fireside. The old gentleman, Mr. Brownlow, came to see him. How do you feel, my dear? He said. Very happy, sir, said Oliver, and very grateful indeed, sir, for your goodness to me. Goodness, goodness to me. Good boy, said Mr. Brownlow. Have you given him any food, Mrs. Bedwin? He has just had a bowl of good, strong soup, sir, she replied. After a few more questions and little conversation with Oliver, Mr. Brownlow went away. They were happy days, thus Oliver's recovery. Everything was so quiet, neat, and orderly. Everybody was kind and gentle. He was no sooner strong enough to put his clothes on than Brownlow had a complete new suit, a new cap, and new pair of shoes brought for him